Today, we're going to react to ESPN talking about one of the wildest playoff situations ever, a potential Super Bowl trip coming down to quarterbacks like Drake May, Sam Darnold, and especially backup Jared Stidham. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of yelling, and a big debate about whether New England would be embarrassed losing to a backup QB. This is classic heated sports TV. Let's break it down in a simple way. And before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more NFL and NBA reactions.
Is about to give us one of the most unlikely quarterback matchups in history. Drake May won just 3 of his 12 starts as a rookie last year before leading the Patriots to 14 wins this season. And then there's Jared Stidham. He hasn't thrown a pass in a game since the Broncos' season finale of the 2023 season, and that was an incompletion. Somebody's going to go to the Super Bowl, though.
Listen, and I say this respectfully, and I told the team this. I said, I'm not worried about Stiddy in this game. I'm worried about everyone else, all right, and how we play, and that really is the truth.
I think the feeling of the intensity, the pressure, the wanting to win so bad, that's the biggest thing. Everybody on that field wants to win, and I think the biggest thing is just the fan bases, especially our home games. They always talk about the importance of home playoff games. I didn't really understand that till I was in one.
In the NFC title game, it's a matchup between a quarterback who's already done it versus a quarterback that many were starting to think could never do it. Matthew Stafford making his second championship game appearance, 4 years after leading the Rams to a Super Bowl win, while Seahawks signal caller Sam Darnold will be making his first title game appearance in just his 3rd playoff start.
You know, just having a really good rehab process. You know, the guys in the training room do a really good job with everybody, you know, myself included. So, yeah, we're just, you know, taking it day by day and making sure that I do all the ththings that I need to do to get ready for Sunday.
You know, I think when you go into a battle like this where you have a defense that's playing at the level that they're playing at, you know, you got to tighten the screws that much more. Go out there, and when you have the opportunity to make the plays, try to make them. If they're not there, how do we, you know, not make a bad play worse? All those kind of things. It's just quarterback and one-on-one for me.
Well, the Seahawks entered the NFC Championship game as a 2.5-point home favorite. Each of the previous 2 matchups between these 2 squads this season, the favorite won the game.
Interesting stories we've seen in a long time, and I've seen all of these comparisons to it that are not appropriate. Jeff Hostetler played a ton that season. Phil Simms got hurt in the regular season before he came into play. Jared Stidham literally has not thrown a pass this season, and now he will walk out there. So, Dan, I mean, this really does fall in your lap. You were a backup quarterback a lot of your career. So I want you to put yourself in that position. No, but I mean, I'm all serious.
What if you had to play?
It's not a joke. No, but I mean,
that's the question.
But that is the point, right? So, I mean, envision a season in which Matthew Stafford had the year of his life, and you're his backup, and now you go all the way to the NFC Championship game, and he breaks his ankle at the very end, and now without having played all year, it's on you to take your team to the Super Bowl. Take me inside what's going on right now with Jared Stidham.
Yeah, I think if I was in Jared Stidham's shoes, the number one thing I would want to do is get my teammates to believe in me by the way that I'm going about practicing at a high level.
This really is a crazy quarterback situation. A guy who barely played versus a backup who hasn't thrown a pass in forever. That's not normal for this stage. But at the same time, football is a team game. People are acting like Stidham has to be a superhero, when really he just has to manage the game.
Plays in practice. Also showing everybody I know what's going on. I will have an understanding of what we're trying to do. I'll communicate. I'm going to give us a chance to at least get the play started. So my teammates, I want them going into the game going, we're going to be okay with Jared. I think the second thing is in conversations with Sean Payton, getting Sean Payton to truly understand, and he's got to be very clear of, I don't like this stuff. I don't call this. I want you to call all kinds of this stuff. I want to give Sean Payton the confidence that our playbook might be a little bit smaller or might be bigger, but these are the plays that I feel I have a great level of comfort in. And then I want to go watch New England's defense, who's a very good defense. What has made quarterbacks struggle against them? Why have quarterbacks gotten themselves into trouble? And just focus on that. And then the last thing is, you go to Sean Payton and be like, you have to win this game, not me. You're the Super Bowl winning coach. I'm not supposed to be the person to carry this game. And go to the defense. You guys are the defense that's top 3 in the NFL, not me. And so the focus point for Jarrett's got to be like, don't lose the game. Don't lose the game. If you walk out of this game and you don't give the ball away and you're efficient and you lose, you did your job. It's not your job to win this game. It's Sean Payton's job to win this game. It's the defense's job to win the game. Just don't lose it.
I just want to point out how much belief there's been.
You need to stop. You need to stop. I mean, listen. Either that or you know what? You know what? Listen. Let's ask the question. Are you happy at ESPN? Are you happy at ESPN, or are you politicking for a job in Denver? You looking for a job in the Mile High City? Because I can't tell the difference right now, Peter Schrager. Let me tell you something right now. We can't do that. You can't do that. Listen, you can do that for the people in Denver. Give them some hope. They're good people there, great sports fans. They deserve it. They absolutely do. You miss me with Jarrett Stidham. I don't want to hear that nonsense at all. Let me tell you something right now. You the New England Patriots, okay? You sit up there and you go through all that you went through to get to this point, and you lose a berth to the Super Bowl because of Jarrett Stidham? Oh, my Lord. You just need to hide for the entire offseason. That includes May, Vrabel, and everybody else. Hell no. You better win this damn game. New England, you better win this damn game. You better not. You gonna let Jarrett Stidham stop you from getting to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2018? No Tom Brady, no Bill Belichick. This is a new era. You got Drake May as an MVP candidate. You got Mike Vrabel as the eminent coach of the year. And you going to let this momentum that you've been riding, courtesy of the easiest schedule in football, by the way, actually since 1978, to be honest with you. When you look at all of that, and you're going to let that stop you from going to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara because of Jarrett Stidham? Stevie, let me be very, very clear. Let me say this, and let me say this to Jarrett Stidham right here. I mean, no disrespect. It's not about you.
Stephen A's point is emotional, but I get it from a fan perspective. If you're New England and you lose to a backup QB, people will never forget that. That's the pressure. But football doesn't work like that. Defenses, coaching, and mistakes decide games more than names do.
It's about the resume. I'm not trying to say that the brother can't play. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying 4 starts. The man has not thrown a football in an NFL game since 2023. That is the truth. Do you know who's thrown a football since 2023? Do you know who's done that? Wide receiver Cortland Sutton. Running back R.J. Harvey. Hunter Riley Dixon. They've thrown more passes than Jarrett Stidham. Okay? And you're going to tell me that man is going to stop you from getting to a Super Bowl? It better not happen. I don't give a damn. Drake May only complete 59% of his passes in the playoffs. Been sacked 10 times. Turned over the ball about 5 times. Fumbled about 6 times. Lost 3 of them. He hasn't been lights out, even though he stepped up in big moments. I don't give a damn what struggles the New England Patriots have. Everything that you've accomplished. If you lost to Bo Nix and the Broncos as the #1 seed at Mile High Stadium in an AFC Championship game, no shame in that. Jarrett Stidham, a backup quarterback. This is not Nick Foles, where Carson Wentz got hurt in Week 11, okay? And then he played the rest of the regular season through the playoffs. No, we ain't seen Jarrett Stidham. You ain't heard his name. Been an APB out for that brother. You don't know. Ain't nobody paying attention to him. And your first time throwing a football is going to be this Sunday in an AFC Championship game. The first time since 2023, New England, I swear to you, you lose this game, oh, trust you me. The offseason ain't going to be pleasant to you, brothers. You better win this damn football game. And I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking on behalf of Bostonians and New Englanders everywhere. And I'm a New Yorker, but I know them. Ain't no way in hell anybody wants to hear you going to lose a game in an AFC Championship game to Jarrett Stidham. Nobody wants to hear that. Don't listen to Peter Schrager. Don't listen to him. It better not happen. It better not happen. I'm telling you that right now.
I know how you respect certain coaches. I think you respect Sean Payton's coaching ability.
Of course I do.
I know you do. When I tell you that Teddy Bridgewater filled in for Drew Brees in 2019 and went 5-0 because he was prepared as the backup and was given the confidence to do that, I know you're not going to deny that. When I say that Taysom Hill can come in and Jameis Winston and win games with the Saints, they have had Stidham on the roster.
AFC Championship game.
They've had him for 3 years, and they have built him up for this moment. I would say just give Sean Payton a little bit of credit here and give him a little bit of trust.
Ain't about him. It ain't about it. He ain't got to take those hits. He ain't got to deal with that pressure. No, this is Jared Stidham that's got to bring with that heat. Let me tell you something. They better not lose. Hey, New England, don't listen to Peter Schrager. Don't you listen to him. You better not lose this damn game. It's going to be hard for y'all to walk the streets. Anywhere in New England. Anywhere. Foxborough, Boston, and everywhere in between. You cannot lose an AFC Championship game to a backup quarterback who hasn't thrown a pass since 2023. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. Go ahead, Doggy.
And they are a 5.5 point favorite. The Patriots are in this game. Let's get to the first point that Stevie brought up. They have had an incredibly easy ride. Let's call it like we see it. Their schedule's the third easiest schedule since 1970. Herbert didn't have half his offensive line there against the Chargers a couple weeks ago. Stroud gave him the game. He was terrible. The 4 interceptions, we all know that. I was surprised that Mills didn't get a chance to play in the third quarter. And, Stroud was a little better, but he was terrible in the game. They have gotten every break known to man. And now they go to freaking Denver, and they get the backup quarterback after Nix has been playing really well. That, too, they've gotten every advantage. Now, one thing I would disagree with Steve on, and I agree with you on, I think Peyton here will have him ready to play.
The schedule talk is interesting too. Yes, the Patriots had an easier path, but once you're in the championship game, none of that matters anymore. Momentum can disappear fast. If Drake May turns the ball over again, this game can flip quickly.
He said it hey, we'll have him ready. He's a backup. Plus, Stidham played a great game against the 49ers a couple years ago. When he was a Raider, he scored 1 million points. I don't think Stidham is going to win the game for the Broncos, but I don't think he's going to lose the game either. I don't think they'd be in a situation where they lose because Stidham, as you said, the stage is too big. I don't know he's going to be great, but he'd be good enough that if the Patriots aren't on their A game, they could lose.
What do you think Sean Payton's going to say? Of course he said it.
Well, but he's got some proof that he's done a good job with back. And I'll tell you one thing about Drake May. He fumbles like you wouldn't believe in these games. He fumbled against the Chargers with pass rushes. He dropped the ball all over the place against Houston last week. He fumbled the ball 1 million times. And that Denver pass rush in that city, that's going to be a major problem. I got a funny feeling Denver's going to play a really good game in
that stadium, those fans, Patriots fans will tell you.
Y'all, that is not the point. That is not the point. And by the way, since y'all want to bring up just Sean Payton, like John Harbaugh, is a Super Bowl champion. When they win that Super Bowl?
Long time ago.
2009.
Yeah. When that 2009? Let me ask you a question. How many times did he have the great Drew Brees after that? For many years, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Because you want to bring up Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill and all of these people. The vast majority of the time, that man had Drew Brees. They ain't losing no playoff games. I'm looking here. It's 7 playoff losses since then on Sean Payton. It's 7, okay? Listen, I know the man's a great coach. I respect the hell out of him. I think he's done a marvelous job in Denver. He's one of the great coaches in the NFL, and I love him personally. I really do. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a backup quarterback that hasn't thrown a football since 2023. If Jared Stidham had been playing since week 12, and got them to the playoffs and got them through this point to the AFC Championship game. I'm not throwing no shade on him. You're a backup quarterback, so what? You could play, and I know he could play. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you haven't thrown a football in an NFL game in over 2 years. And the first time they see you is for the AFC Championship game, a Super Bowl berth on the line. Yes, New England's have the easiest schedule since the Los Angeles Rams in 1999, and they won the Super Bowl that year. I get
Overall, this debate shows the difference between emotion and reality. On TV, it sounds crazy to lose to a backup quarterback, but in real football, systems, preparation, and defense matter more than headlines. This game will come down to who protects the football and who handles pressure better, not just who the quarterback is. That's why playoff football is so unpredictable. If you enjoyed this reaction, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.